and a warm welcome to It's My Life, the program that brings you face to face with country's top politicians. This week we are in the state of Goa, which is known for its sea, sand and sun, also known for its fun and frolic. Our guest this week is a very special person, someone who's been a former Chief Minister, a former Speaker and someone who's currently the Chairperson of the Estimates Committee. Let's meet Congress Lok Sabha MP from South Goa, Francisco Sardinha this time.
You live only once. Live well.
Lok Sabha MP Francisco Sardinha, born on April 15, 1946, is one of the renowned political faces of Goa. A member of Goa Legislative Assembly till 1974, Sardinha is currently holding the Congress reign from South Goa. In 1999, he broke away from the Indian National Congress and formed a new political party, Goa People's Congress, and became Chief Minister of a coalition government in the state together with BJP. He remained in office till 2000, but later Sardinha's JPC merged with Congress in 2001. Sardinha, known for his jovial nature and a quality to reach out to everybody, makes him endearing to everyone. And precisely because of this nature, he had a successful stint as the Speaker of Goa Assembly in 2005.
Mr. Sardinha, welcome on It's My Life.
So I welcome you and your team to Goa. And I know you are not coming for the first time, but they are maybe coming for the first time. I hope you will enjoy the beaches of Goa, the people of Goa. And when you go back, I hope you will have an urge to come to Goa once again.
Mr. Sardinha, this land of idyllic beaches, Goa is actually facing so many environmental challenges. How do you think that the government, the centre and the state government can really overcome it in terms of losses of rivers and losses of aquifers?
We have not lost anything. We had one river princess in the north.
Okay.
And that was not removed. Because of that, part of the beach in Coulmba was destroyed.
What about things like siltation of river? There's a lot of siltation of rivers which has happened.
Our rivers are different. Our rivers are different.
Okay.
Our rivers are navigable up to the point they rise. Now that green, environment, they have come with this that you should not desilt or should not remove sand, which I am against. See now here, this during rainy season, and these vagaries of nature, sometimes sand is washed away, and then this beach continues up to there. Suddenly the sand has gone, and with the depression, the high tide water sometimes go there, and it doesn't recede.
As a Goan, as a true Goan, where do you think that the government is really wrong, and what is that one thing which the government immediately needs to do as far as the governance of Goa is concerned? I'm not talking about environmental steps, but in general.
See, earlier there was Congress government.
Right.
And then this present Chief Minister was a chairman of public account. And he was shouting from rooftop that so much money has been robbed, so much illegally they have extracted the ore and it has been exported. Now I'm saying already 20 months he has come to power. Why these lawbreakers have not been caught?
But sir, don't you think when it comes to governance, when it comes to law and order, irrespective of the parties, of the political parties, I'm not naming any political party, but the political parties have tried to misuse Goa in some way or the other, misuse their power.
See, that is the reason the government has also been changed. Because last government, well, people thought they should have done better, they could have done better. That's why the new government has come.
When you see the campaigns and the campaigning being done during election time, do you see the level of discourse which has deteriorated?
It is very unfortunate that politics had come to such a low level. It should not have happened, but then people should know. You see, the way he talks, Narendra Modi talks, looks as if a new messenger has come from heaven. What is going to, his deliverance, I don't know. Last time when BJP lost election, he was not a chief minister in Gujarat.
He was.
He was a senior member of BJP. Why he could not deliver the BJP come back to power? So what I'm saying is, one man doesn't make much difference.
But you don't agree that there is a Narendra Modi wave?
Oh my God, I don't know. I don't know. But it is good. I'm happy at least that Modi's wave is not there in Goa, and we only still see the sea waves.
We have seen the number of working days as far as assemblies are concerned, as far as the parliament working days are concerned, they are dwindling day by day. What do you think is a major reason?
See, cooperation comes later. First of all, they should study the subject and they should expose the government if they have gone wrong.
Okay.
But then everybody has problems. You cannot take the house to ransom. You stop the functioning. Don't forget, there is no single one state. India is not one state. So when you stop the session, you forget about others. Others also have problems. They may be smaller, minor compared to yours, but that member of parliament has also a right and his duty to bring to the notice of the house the problem followed by his state. We were colleagues in college. He was doing arts, I was doing science.
After this chit-chat on the beach, time now for us to move around in the constituency of South Goa. Our first stop at a school where Sardinha is giving away two-wheelers to the physically challenged.
Sardinha, this little initiative of yours where you've used the MP lad funds for the physically challenged people, I mean, is it happening for the first time that you've done it?
I think so. I did for the first time. I don't know whether some other MP had done in his constituency, but I did for the first time because some people approached me and I felt, I think it is the need of the hour. So when I saw that physically challenged people cannot be also with this, can be normalized, I said, let me give this.
I think that's a small step by which you're making a difference maybe in the lives of the people.
In the lives of
and also as a politician.
Curious, on-looking students want Sardinha to visit their classroom.
Interval कितल्यांक रे? Recess कितल्यांक? Interval कितल्यांक? खत्म हुआ? आप लोग खेला क्या खेला आज? अरे क्या करते हैं रिसेस में? सिर्फ बैठते हैं? चलना मांगता है बाहर. और okay, study well. अच्छा तरह सीख दो.
Though a Goan by heart, Sardinha leaves no stone unturned in promoting Urdu language.
तांचे खातीर जेन्ना पयले पावल बाबू आनी कोण उपडे एप्लिकेशन घेवन आयले मेर फुडें मातशें चलपाक शक्य आहा तशें आपलें कितें सुरू करपाक हांव सदांच आसतलो हें म्हणून आनी म्हाका हिंगा येवन 2 उतरां उलोवपाक दिलें म्हणून सगल्यांक देव बरें करूं.
Sardinha has a jovial personality and one cannot help but burst into laughter with him even while on work. Now on way to Sangam Municipal Council office.
There are 20 assembly constituencies in South Goa where 80% belong to the BJP. So obviously for Francisco Sardinha, the political environment is quite hostile. We are right now at the Sangam town of South Goa where Mr. Sardinha has come to address a public meeting. Let's go in there.
Salary then will be too far. Okay, आज शाम तुम छाती रहन शुरू.
City of Vasco and Mr. Sardinha has gone in to give CCTV cameras to the Municipal Council office.
Security and safety is a big issue on Sardinha's mind, hence giving away CCTV cameras through MP-led funds is a priority.
While I move out from one destination to the other, let's take a short break and return with lots more on It's My Life with Mr. Francisco Sardinha. Back in a moment. We are at the Parvati Bai Chowgule College of Science and Arts in Margao, which is a college which is very significant for Mr. Sardinha. How do you really recall your days, maybe in the chemistry lab? Some
that was so nice.
Moments you would like to share with
They
us?
were so nice. We were so naughty.
Okay.
We had so many colleagues.
Any particular moment you would want to share with us?
Well, we used to bunk and go to play because those days, being science graduates, we were athletes and sports lovers. So we used to play at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
But now you don't have the liberty to bunk parliament, no?
Even now we do sometime when the matters we are not interested. That has never vanished.
Okay.
Still we do that.
Sardinha prefers to drive his car when he's off work, and that's the moment he cherishes the most. Sardinha has given full freedom to his Sarpanchs to take the workings of the panchayats to new heights.
We are at a panchayat center of a village called Chikalim, which is part of South Goa, and Mr. Sardinha is here to take petitions from the people with regards to sanctioning of funds. You have rubber stamp Sarpanchs, women Sarpanchs also?
No, they keep stamps other side and they are with us. They are not rubber stamps.
A footballer by heart, it's hard for Sardinha to keep away from the game. His alertness and agility has won him many fans.
So Mr. Sardinha, all memories coming alive, huh?
I should throw the ball like this and then shoot here. Old days.
There's one single thing I want to say. If ever there was an award for the most handsome member of parliament, he's the winner hands down.
Generally, there is a pattern that when you have a central government which is from a different political party and a state government from a different political party, generally the required coordination is not there. When you see Goa as an example, do you think that is functioning, or you see politics coming in the way of it?
See, I wouldn't totally agree with you. And because one thing I tell you, I can understand when it comes to finances. Well, sometimes when the governments are different, you may not get that easy approach. But as far as law and order, you don't have to depend on center, except when it is a foreign citizen who stops you from having this. Every state has machinery.
No, I'm not talking about law and order, because law and order obviously is a subject, state subject.
Point is, yes, the other things, well, it depends. Once you are given the plan, and except if there's a catastrophe, you see, you have got funds, you should know how to manage, because these people mismanage many a time, then all this controversy arises.
But sir, you're a Congress MP and you have a BJP government at the state level. How about your interactions with the Chief Minister Manohar Parrikar? How often they are? How often do you really go and meet him regarding the problems of your own constituency, and what kind of cooperation do you really get from his end?
I never meet him.
Oh, you never meet him?
Yes, I don't need state government. Whenever I have a problem of the state, I will see. I don't bother, because last time, for instance, the Chief Minister and the ministers went to meet Prime Minister. He requested me. Immediately I went with them, because it is not the government, it is not of the party, it is for the state. If my state suffers, tomorrow I will not be always throughout in politics, but wherever my state suffers, I don't want my people to suffer.
Our next stop, inauguration ceremony of a children's park.
Okay.
No matter how busy he is, but going to the church with his wife is something which is sacrosanct.
those days they used to preach from top. Now they preach from
watching It's My Life with Congress Lok Sabha MP Francisco Sardinha, and joining me now is Mr. Sardinha with his wife Coulmba. Welcome, ma'am. Welcome both of you on the show. Let me begin by you, Mr. Sardinha. What we know of your early life was that you were a school teacher. And how did your brush with politics actually begin?
See, when I was school teacher, I was also deputy sarpanch of the village. Because basically, even as a school teacher, I like to do social work. Okay. And I was a football player, I was volleyball player, and a good runner. I mean, overall sportsman. So that's how the whole village knew me. I became a deputy sarpanch of the village. And then the turn came, there were elections here, and they wanted a good candidate because that time the MG was in power.
Okay.
Local party. So they came to me requesting me to contest. I said, no, I'm not interested, because my wife also didn't want me to be MLA.
Okay.
So I rejected it 9 times.
Okay.
Then 10th time on the 11th hour, because afternoon till 2 o'clock was the time, they came at night. They said, if you are not contesting, give me some name of another gentleman from the village.
And then you didn't have an option?
Yes, then I contested.
But ma'am, he said that you were dead against him fighting an election. Why was it so?
Because usually ours was a love marriage. We just married, we just had a child.
Okay.
And in fact, the day he was born, this rigmarole, all that thing was going on. And I was wondering, I mean, what kind of a life if you're going to join politics, when we are going to just begin our family, you know.
So you weren't ready at that point of time at all?
No, in fact not. And as you know, most of the people don't have very good this thing about politicians. When you have your job, when you have a house close by, when you have your family, I thought that would be much better.
But it's interesting, ma'am just said that both of you had a love marriage, no? So how did you actually meet? Who would like to say first, ma'am, you or?
We were teaching the same school.
Okay.
So we came to know each other. And then, you know, when 2 youngsters are there, what happens? We fell in love and did.
Okay. So your love for fashion and your love for, it's quite known, you know. So you've always been somebody who's known as a fashionista in Goa. How did you really develop that? I mean, have you been right from the beginning like that?
Yes, because I love nature and I love to dress. I love sports. All the good things in life, as long as you don't hurt others, I love. And even I tell my children, you live only once, live well.
But both of you, like, he's such a senior leader, like more than 3 decades he's been in politics. You never felt that he never had time for you, or you didn't, or you were not able to spend enough time with him? Did you ever? No, I'm saying, did you ever feel like that?
Politically, yes. Other things, no.
Okay.
We have enough time for each other.
Okay. But just a short while back, you were saying that unlike the other political wives who generally accompany their husbands during the campaigns, during the election times, but you've never been seen as a person who accompanies him on his campaign tours. Why is that so?
I never felt the need, because he's always looking after the people here.
Okay.
And people know him very well. And I don't think they require me to be there in between, because they've already seen his work, whatever he is doing, and the prayers and good wishes and all the support
She
from
manages the office.
I manage from home, and whatever else has to be done without going to the public. I don't go asking for votes.
So, but when he's not in the constituency, so you try and fill in the gap?
Yeah, in case if my services are required, I go. But otherwise, mostly not.
We've been touring in your constituency for the last 2 days almost, and I never saw you as one of those leaders, who are clad in the conventional kurta pajama. Maybe that's a northern style. But here in Goa, you there in your shirts, unconventional jeans, and you're reaching out to the people. So is it part of the Goan culture, or you don't follow that convention which generally the political leaders
Well, I
follow?
move with the time.
Okay.
So the question is, well, you cannot be old-fashioned.
Okay.
With young people, I'm young. With old people, I am old.
One last question before we wind up the show. Your journey into politics has been very interesting, quite known, quite popular amongst in the political circle. What now next for the man called Francisco Sardinha?
No, see, I belong to not a regional party. Ours is national party. Well, our elections on the threshold. I want to contest, but then I know I'll get a ticket because I'm a sitting MP. Then let us see. Let us work for the party to come to power.
But what about the ambition, maybe say over the next 10 years?
I plan 5 years at a time, not 10 years.
Okay.
These coming 5 years, well, if my party comes to power, this time they didn't give representation to Goa. I hope they'll give representation to Goa.
It was a pleasure meeting you. Thank you so much.